Hello! Hello everyone and welcome to my stream, if you can hear me. Can you hear me? You can hear me! I always need to check every time for some reason. I've changed some microphone setups. I should probably check them a little bit better before. I didn't get the countdown ready this time because I had some technical difficulties. But I'm happy I just about figured them out. I hope you're all doing well. And having a good day. Audio check's always good, just to make sure. Because I have a separate thing now that I can turn on and off the microphone separate from the audio. So that's good. And hopefully, because as I was doing it now, I think my USB hub was just turning off and on constantly. So hopefully with the other one now it should all be fine. Yeah. Oh, I kind of forgot to find my coin. Didn't I say I was going to bring a coin? Where's my coin? I just shoved a pizza down my gullet in such a rush that I forgot about the coin. Hold on. Let me find the coin. It should just be here, shouldn't it? Where's my coin? Oh, it should be here. And this is how I disappeared and just returned. But here it is. My old Japanese coin from the 19th century. This is, I think, 2 zen. Which I think 100 zen is like 100 yen or something like that. So this would be in actual monetary value be worth pretty much nothing, but in sentimental value it is pretty much, how do you call it, invaluable. So yeah, this is my 2 zen coin. Not quite like the Koban era coin of Mr. Korekuta-san, but a pizza for everyone. I can only give you virtual pizza. Is there a virtual pizza? Is there a pizza emoji? Pizza. Here we go. Pineapple pizza. See, you can have pineapple pizza. Here you go. Nom nom nom. Yummy yummy. Yummy pineapple pizza. Anyway, I love how professional my intro is. I tuned into Mia's yesterday and was looking at how professional she is. She's so professional, isn't she? With her moon announcements and stuff like that. I feel very jealous. I for those who don't know Mia, I don't know if all of you watch Mia or just some of you, but Mia Fu, my friend, who's absolutely amazing, and she is the Isabel in Baldur's Gate 3, and shout out to Fu Mia, whoop whoop. And she is such a pro streamer. I'm very jealous of her skill and ability to sing and give moon news and stuff like that. It's just amazing, you know. Anyway, whoop whoop to Mia. Woo! Pineapple on a pizza. Are we pineapple pizza fans? Or are we people that are like, no? I'm always of the opinion, if you like it, that's okay. If you enjoy it, you know. Oh, so we have no, yes, no, yes. Well, you know, whatever. If you enjoy it, I'm not here to tell you not to, right? That would be rude. But anyway, what I was actually I completely forgot everything I was going to do. I was going to do a brief summary of the last case, because we have managed, Ryunosuke Naruhodo has managed to beat Jim Jams and Ouchie and the whole, what is it, the conspiracy that has been put upon him in order to convict him of a crime he didn't commit, and with his genius intellect he managed to escape it. And now we shall see where he moves on to next, to better pastures. So we shall continue the adventure into Ryunosuke Naruhodo and see where he goes next. Ooh, wait. Oh, transition. Pro streamer. Hold on. Look at me getting small. Am I small? I'm small now, aren't I? Yes, gameplay. There we go. Better pastures. Moving, I don't know, I think I heard it on a podcast today, better pastures, so I just thought I'll use it. Yeah, pro streamer, very small now. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, we're back to the game. Back to our judge, who says, "The court is now adjourned." Which means this stream is over. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. Nah, joking. Just kidding. We're just getting started. Just getting started. Alright. 22nd of November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendant's Antechamber number 5. Oh, Misk is going, innit? Have fun at a fair. Alright, Ryunosuke. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget, I love sukiyaki. Sukiyaki is delicious. Good, who's speaking? Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know? Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Speaking of Mikotoba. Susato! You had sukiyaki? Oh yeah. Sukiyaki is easy to make though. It's just soy sauce and sugar and water, isn't it? Yeah, just soy sauce and sugar pretty much. And mirin maybe. There you are. This must be her dad, right? I believe congratulations are in order. Yes. Naruhodo. You did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no. It is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the truth, the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably that's when you met Dr. Wilson. Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. It's Asogi's turn! Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world. Maybe back then. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. They have little animal mascots? Have puns on their names? Oh, that's cute. I don't know the animal mascots. Anyway, watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. That it is. London is a melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Ryu is a mouse? Susato is a bunny? Oh, that's cute. Kazuma is a cat. That sounds accurate. Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. Oh, gosh. Has Kazuma cut down people before? Is he a murderer? Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. Ooh. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the culprit after all. Yeah, Jim Jams. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future for Shanghai. What? Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Ah. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? What? We can't try her? But then who's gonna bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. That is injustice. But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Corruption. Absolutely, I agree with you, Niftrix. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that? Oh, can't they? Yes. She's a student, but it doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that for the young student. Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. I don't believe it. Yeah, screw the rules, British, innit? Imperialism right there for you. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody to Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it so. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we are the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now, innit? This evening calls for celebratory drink. Hey, but Professor... Celebratory drink? You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces, right? We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun, innit? Gosh, yeah, it got a little dark there, hey? Talking about imperialism and corruption, injustice. No, no, no. We're here for a good time. Not a hard time. Not a heavy time. In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? What? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. That is ridiculous. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about details for now. Also, he's bleeding all over the place. To La Carnival. Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. La Carnival's food is second to none. God, crazy people. Going back to the place where all of this happened? I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Ah, yes, thank you. See, we're going to have fun, and Susato is still working. That's not really fair. So, Giselle bread won't be tried here, Jim Jams. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma. Yes, Ryunosuke. I just wanted to say thanks again. That's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer. Not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean. You think me? I'm a good defense lawyer? Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that ever again. I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No, the ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in, even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, You faced seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. Oh my god, guys, it's happening. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What is it? Oh, getting interrupted like that. You're still around, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Hosonaga, come on. Read the room, yo. Read the room. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. If it wasn't for Hosonaga, eh? And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Well, who knows what could have happened? Who knows? Ah, yes, that too. Just realized the mouse is there. So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikotoba. Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. Oh, come on, he was important. He was instrumental, I think, right? It was because of the help and support of all of these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. See, we need to know! Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. And... well, just of the first case, right? Yes, we can save. Oh, episode 2. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. From the start, yes. The best character of all time. I wonder who that is. In
a corner of that
boy.
Dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band.
The speckled
I believe
band.
this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Ooh, we got a first-time chat. Hey, Star Dipper. Nice to meet ya. Sneaky snake. What did the snake do? Who do we got here?
Let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder.
It's cute.
Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Sholmes.
Sherlock Sholmes.
You must have heard of me.
Ooh. Exciting. Mysterious. Never heard of Sherlock. Who is that? I know a Sherlock, maybe. Oh god, are they gonna come after me now for copyright infringement? My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Ah! Wait. I can't move. Ah! What the? Why am I in handcuffs? Again. So you wake up now,
Ah! We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man.
You found me then?
We found you. And now you pay, criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe,
Sorry.
Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is,
Oh God, that's threatening. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing. Is this her log? Is this her log? There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... No, it's not. It's Susato. Oh no, I did it all wrong. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato! Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma?
Ha! You pretend you do not know. You're a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses.
What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here. In this very cabin. That was bolted shut from the inside. His body? What? Oh dear.
Murder most foul. Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep.
Kazuma's dead. But he can't be. Kazuma! And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No.
No!
Dramatic. Very dramatic. Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die.
Yes, I still can't quite believe that.
I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you... Oi, come on, Kazuma. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Not going there. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? I think fit inside my trunk. I think a lot of stuff sounds out of context in this game. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant, Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's crammed, but you'd better get in there, I think. Get back in the closet, Ryunosuke. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? Yeah, get back in there. What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together.
We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer.
No, I'm not a murderer.
Duh. You said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes.
No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend.
No one else could have done it. Admit the truth.
Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. Very well. But there's something I would like to ask of you too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Okay. Tell me about Kazuma's death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can be operated from outside. Can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is examining the body. But of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So, presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. Okay. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? Oh, hey, Shadow Dam! Nice to have you on, man. Really appreciate it. This is my friend Shadow Dam from the US. Good to have you here. I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Ooh, we should make Shadow Dam VIP also. How do I do that again? Shadow Dam. What is it? Shadow VIP Shadow Dam TNM. Did I do it right? Boom. VIP in the house. Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? Have you played Ace Attorney before, Chris? Chris / Shadow Dam? Or is this your first intro into it? If it's the first one, my best friend has just been murdered, so it's quite a sad moment that you are tuning into, and I'm trying to figure out what happened. Now I'm accused of it. I knocked, but there was no reply. My best friend, I know. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... there was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. So it's basically just me doing a lot of voices right now, so that is just it. And you can get into the story that way. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, all right. My head feels so heavy, it's still throbbing like anything. Okay, stow away. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No. That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you. But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. I don't really understand either. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? Why? Why indeed? Very mysterious. You better not spoil it if you know. I'm watching ya. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there?
Ryunosuke is like me, right? I moved to London to see it with my own eyes and everything. Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level. Hey, first time chat, nap tapper, if I'm saying that right. I haven't cried yet, but let's see. Maybe it might still happen. But on a personal level, I do cry a lot though. If you were to become a lawyer, but maybe I'm too shy in front of all of you. That'd be embarrassing. If you were to become a lawyer then what? Oh, you can... Aww. So our VIP Shadow Dam, Chris, is not just a friend. We lived together for a year in the US. His family kindly let me stay with them. They're really nice people. Really good people. So if Kenny wants to come in and say hi, come bring him in. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes, then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. Okay, last night. What happened last night? If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. Back in the closet. After that, I fell asleep? Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. God, that's embarrassing, Ryunosuke. I know it sounds unbelievable, really I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up. Then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? He must have been poisoned, though, if his head's throbbing this much. Is something wrong? No, it's... Please, forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you, but the trouble is... There's no one else who could possibly have done this. Doesn't look good for us, does it? Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. But she's accusing me. We don't want Susato to think we did this. Does she not believe us? Kazuma was killed right under my nose here. And I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around. My hands tied while whoever did this walks free. No. I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I feel really sad. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I want to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Oop. Okay. What the? That was a Susato takedown. What? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. It says keep out in Japanese though. Okay. Examine. Okay. Let's examine it. This is the paper seal I wrote for the wardrobe. I remember really working hard to make it. But I'll never forget how Kazuma reacted. Do you expect the Russian crew to be able to read that? He said. Still, I was sure people would get the idea even if they couldn't read it. So we used it anyway, and it worked. I don't know if the crew thought it was creepy or what, but no one opened the doors. Is there something on the back here? No. Huh? Although it was one, of course, we didn't have any of that. So I pulverized some rice into a paste. Clever. Okay. So maybe then this is proof. We present that. Right? Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. See? So it can't have been him. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah, yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Obvious, innit? Smart. Smart. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, can she not just pick me up again? I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Upside down. Oh, hi, Dread Snappy. Thanks for saying hi. I'll say hi right back. Hello. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Because that'd be nice. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me. I'm sorry. No, what? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in. Conjuring trick? What? This is not Harry Potter. What does she think I am? I mean, you and me, we just one mind, innit? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. All right, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right? Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Okay. Alright, examine. Examine the room. What do we have here? Yeah. Music goes hard now. This is where the investigation begins. The rules of passage for travel aboard SS Buria. A list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. No dangerous objects and no pets. Okay. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can be both. I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Oh dear. That won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly. Ah, yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? Wait, what did I do? What should I stop? I didn't say anything. I don't know what you mean. Whee! I'm sure you're careful to look all around using left and right, are you? Yes, I can. Now let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes! Let's do that! I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Oh dear. Okay, what do we have here? We have books. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look. They've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea. Although he's fallen over as well. Yes. It's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps... it was you, Naruhodo-san. In a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see him. No, you can't just mess around with the... What are you doing? This is evidence. Right? Thank you, Spaghetti Player's guitar. You can't just mess about with the crime scene like that. I mean, that wouldn't fly in CSI, would it? Wait, how do I go left? Oh, like this. Alright, let's... God, there's all this stuff. What is there? Let's investigate this. Did... Tampering with evidence. I feel like Susato is a little bit sus right now, isn't she? I mean, where was she? Where's her alibi? Did Kazuma write that? Oh no, we're getting pitted against each other. Oh, sus. I've never made that connection, but yes, she's a little sus. Did Kazuma write that before he... Is this a common thing? Do people think of her as sus? It's in the name. What's in a name? Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. But I didn't mean it initially. I was completely oblivious to it. It was not a purposeful pun. Don't blame me for it. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, wasn't he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? I mean, he's dead, partner, now. What do we have here? What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. Glass is such a beautiful color. Dead partner, I know. Miss him. And now I have to, like, free myself from these accusations again. He can't catch a break, can he? Oh well. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Well, this looks kind of similar in color, doesn't it? No. Why can't I investigate the... Oh. Okay, let's investigate the case. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes. It carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Servus? Tacitus Servus? Servus? Are you from Germany, Tacitus? Or is that another service that I don't know? Memories? What do you mean? Servus! Grüß Gott! Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes. I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. Yes, the German Servus. Servus, that's right. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Yeah, that sounds painful. Oh dear. She said, oh dear! Ooh. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Oh, thanks, Kill Switch. That you suggested me playing instead of you playing. I mean, either is good. We can all play it. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Yeah, it definitely was. Okay, what else we got here? Let's investigate. We need to get out of this. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. How does she know so well? London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means... What? He was in the middle of writing when the incident happened. Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable... Was she knocking me over again? That's out of the question! What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Is she going to change her mind? All right, I won't read it. Well, poor Kazuma-sama, yes, but I'm also here in handcuffs. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either, but in this case... Isn't the need for clues more important? Alright, let's look at the... It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout. What's the thing that's happening here in the chat? He's non-binary now. This shit's crazy. What is it referring to? Because we do all appreciate all genders, don't we? This is not something negative here, right? I'm not misunderstanding that. Am I missing the context here? Okay, I'm just clarifying. Okay, great. I just wanted to say, all genders are welcome here. So, you know, I just saw that out of the corner of my eyes, and I didn't know what it was. So, okay. But I didn't see any outrage either, so... Okay. Just making sure. I'm just making sure. I was just seeing it out of the corner of my eye, and I was getting scared. All good. We're all good. Although, but anyway, mods are on it anyway. My beautiful mods, I love you all. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. Thanks, Kitchen. Thank you. Appreciate it. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe, and last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. Yeah, that's true. Okay. This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical! It's much harder for me to differentiate Susato and Ryunosuke's voice than all the other crazy characters in the court. Because I can't go like as high as Susato. Judicial assistant, and I don't want to do like a falsetto. That sounds like offensive. Not offensive, but it doesn't sound right. If I speak like this, yes, in the interest of cultural research. And that'll get exhausting. That'll get tiring. Susato? I suppose nobody comes... Oh, come on, Susato, not you two! I'm sure it's just that everyone's busy, that's all. Lowly Japanese, come on! I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room... Surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. Who do we got here? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I've no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. Yes, he's in the bloody thinging there. And he's investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? Is that like the spirit of a lot of you here? Would you also be uncontrollably excited to meet Herlock? Hey? Herlock Sholmes? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case. If you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get the suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Come on then. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't do this, but I can examine him. Let's examine his bag. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh. Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation. Okay? So he doesn't want to talk to me. I guess he doesn't want to talk to me. Maybe I should leave him alone? He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept something. I couldn't see what he said. What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the Jews did I know that? Perhaps. It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you, perhaps, managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the ribboned occupants of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person that fits the bill. So, it's true. Oh, come on, Susato. Seriously? You're buying what this guy's saying? It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What? And you're plotting a revolution too? It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen, there's no way I... Oh, no, not again. Come on. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. I didn't do it. That was Susa's takedown. Was that already the third, wasn't it? How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you... Oh no, it's still him. What kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that? Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Damn. Indeed, and observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles. You see, I announce my findings with a brassy certitude, and more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock... Oh, God, I did it wrong. Sherlock Sholmes. I don't know where that came from. So it's really you, the actual Sherlock Sholmes. I screwed the pooch. The very same. The inimitable actual Sherlock Sholmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world, Naruhodo-san. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on, then? We must ask him what he's deduced. You will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really, why do I feel uneasy about this? Okay, let's talk to the great detective about the great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed. I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Randst magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction, and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. Alright, tell me about Kazuma's death. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself along their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent. Two facts? Two facts. 1, 2? No balloons today. Ooh, balloons! Because it's two facts. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Okay, two facts. What two facts? Although it's only the small balloons, isn't it? Not the big balloons. I need somebody in here, I think, to do peace sign, and then I'd get big balloons. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Who, Mrs. Ouchie? How dare you? Oh, Ouchie. No, Ouchie just... because he caused the balloons. That's the only reason why we like Ouchie. Because he caused the balloons. I think I deduced that. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. How does he speak Russian? Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderobe may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps? Interesting. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there, at least. Cooking. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly? Quite so. I found you the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Oh, that's not a pleasant thing to see, is it? It's our partner, dead, writing a little message. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Sad. You're right, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh. Yes, thank you. Photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that? Ah, yes. The train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Certainly, if it interests you. Does somebody know how to read that first thing? Does somebody here read Russian? I'm assuming this is Russian. I don't know how to say it. Does anybody know how to say it? Phonetically? Koneshno? Is that how you say it? Koneshno? Koneshno. What does it mean? Maybe certainly. Does it mean certainly? Ah, close enough. Close enough, thank you. Kaniechno? Maybe? How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. Russian is not one of my languages, I'm afraid. Your deduction just now. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. Which were just rubbish. Ah, most famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and at last night, the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Kazuma a Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama... Oh, it means of course. Interesting. Thanks, Kitchen. It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. That's not a bad deduction, I guess. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik. No, how could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Oh, come on. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Ah, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik has included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Ooh, Ryunosuke didn't pay attention in geography that well. Here, take the paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great deduction. Well, thanks for that. Yeah, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Okay, we've got more in the court record. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Okay. So should I just look at this then and see what's on the back? This is interesting. We found something relevant. Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? Oh gosh, she sounds a little jealous. I don't know. I can't make sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiaras you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. I just realized I don't have my laptop plugged in. So Sato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. Oh gosh. He's already... Is Dio already looking for a new partner? The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, so we have this. We've seen the back. No word of Russian. The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. The article is going. It reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Yes, you told us that before. It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale. Oh god, that sounds scary. Oop. Seems fine. What? Is anyone else getting... Wait, what was the question? Oh, a lag. Oh. Sorry you're having a lag. Is anybody else having lag? No? Whoopsie. I do want to get... Oh, wait, why is this not plugged in? Oh, that's not plugged in. I do want to get Ethernet actually connected via cable soon, and then the internet connection might even be better. Because I am still on Wi-Fi, but hopefully, but if it's all right, sorry, it does it sometimes for me. I think, yeah, hopefully I can connect the cable soon, and then it doesn't happen as much anymore. Sorry about that, guys and girls and everyone in between. Oh my goodness, he is fearsome. Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was all right, wasn't he? The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he needs to only shave it off. Very simple, right? I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes. Okay. Wait. Okay, so we have the 2 articles and we have the picture. Can we also... No, we can't turn it around. Okay. What were you just investigating? Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Oh, hi, bloody fit nerd. I'm well, how are you? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. Oh, did you watch the Wukong stream on Mia's channel? I want to do a Wukong on this one soon as well. I haven't decided what date exactly, but I shall do one. Soon. Soon! Soon! We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. Oh, so he was just reading it, even though Susato would, like, beat the crap out of me when I was trying to read it. Unbelievable. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people, like Susato. She might punch you. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what is the but she's obviously not going to punch him, right? So, Soto-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns, huh? Like you did me? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you... Whoa! That's discrimination. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim, it would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara. Bonsai, Mikado. Ah, that's terrible. Nado nado. I trust you are suitably impressed. No, I'm not. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. Very average, I would say also. 1890s weeb, yeah. So what was all that showing off about before then? Yeah. If you'd be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. Right, I get beaten the shit out of and she just reads it to him. Now she's reading it herself as well. I don't like the hypocrisy. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound. These are very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. A faint whistling sound. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold. I don't really get that. Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Hopefully it will. Do you think, perhaps, that we could go with you? No. That would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrists should reveal the answer. These... After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. He said I'm a 16-person assassin. Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? Why are we getting so screwed over by people gaslighting us? Exactly. Like, it's not like that English woman, but, anyway, what I mean, sir, is this. It's not quite Jim Jams, is it? If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Now he's just being plain rude. I agree. Rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing here for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? Is she just punching the handcuffs off my hands now? After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? Ugh. As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. Alright, we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. This situation doesn't look good for me, but there's still things I can do to help myself. What is Moe voicing? This 39-year-old man, who are you referring to? You're referring to me? This 39-year-old man? Unbelievable. What's Moe voicing? Am I just... Moe? Koe? Obviously I'm not. Who's Moe? Moe? I don't know who Moe is. Mo? Very confused. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring the real culprit to justice. Me, 39, never. Never. It's possible, but never. Alright, what else have we not investigated in here? We have investigated this. What about the sword? I just turned 20, totally. Or 28. Sounds about right. Oh, Mo from The Simpsons. Mo from the... What is it? Is there what names would I'm looking for? What names did Bart always call? Is there I don't remember any of them. Anyway, that's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring on this trip. Yeah. You're not supposed to run around with swords in London, I think. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go. What's up here? What is it, like a bone or something? Dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Yeah, how did I end up on the floor? Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right, so he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me! Oh no. Does that mean... Poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. No, I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Okay. Ryunosuke loves to eat. We all love to eat. That's why I had a pizza just before this. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still. Pizza! But no pineapples. No pineapples. No, wait a minute. What is it? It's funny, I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No, I'm not responsible. What else we got here? Does this stand for... Is that Seigi? Seigi, desho? Ah, see, I can read the Japanese. I can read justice. Seigi, justice. Haha. The Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. So desu yo. Nihongo wa nazemasu kara. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet, can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on his ship. No, you're gonna bring that up, are you? Can't win. Okay, have we investigated? I think we've investigated everything in here. Is there something else to investigate? We've done all of this. All of that, all of that. Why can't we investigate the ink? How strange. Now we can investigate this dude. Excuse me. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape, very funny. We're in the middle of the sea, there's no chance of me escaping. Niet. You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay! Alright. I'm so kindly asking, right? Like, and it makes total sense. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure. When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. Quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. No wonder everyone suspects me. Okay. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense. Ooh. Tense all up and down my spine when she glares at me. I don't know what that means. Sounds like Ryu's already moving on. Jeez. He works quick, doesn't he? I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Oh, she's 16? I'm so sorry. I take it back. I take it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't know, I'm sorry. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. I'm sorry, I apologize, I humbly apologize. I didn't know. It wasn't me, it was just that I don't know. Ignore it. I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of his cabin and its frame are made of metal and they seal together perfectly. They're just friends, Good friends. And hopefully they are friends because she beats the shit out of him constantly, right? No panic. I don't know. It just, yeah, exactly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel... See, like, and then you're supposed to read this? Come on now. Oh, look over there. The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Probably because I'm like to get yelled at again, but I suppose I could try. Alright. Well, I can't move, can I? So I can talk to the other one. Maybe he'll talk to me? Ah! I recognize him from the side. Yeah, I've seen him somewhere before. I can see his glasses. I feel like he's gonna cough any moment now. Aha. It can't be. Oh, look at him coughing. Stop eating soba. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Silly man. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. He should really see a doctor. He's bleeding out of his mouth constantly. That's not healthy. PSA, if you bleed out of your mouth constantly, please see a doctor. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Why does he always go undercover? Again. You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Well, yeah, I'm gonna... So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Tell us. Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Well, he definitely failed, didn't he? It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for his... That's his... Jigoku, that's his name. That means hell, doesn't it? Anyway, who pushed for his overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that have even been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. Is it okay to be named Hell? I don't think it's a good sign. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. Yeah, I bet that's a cool name that has no bearing on the plot whatsoever. So, yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. Although, like, when people are playing it in English, I guess they don't know what it means, right? Because they didn't rename the person. Oh, Minister Hell. This is Minister Hell. This is Minister Satan. Very subtle. Minister Beelzebub. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night, every day. I mean, it's a kick-ass name, but it feels like it's a giveaway, isn't it? Hell. Mr. Hell. Mark Hell. Minister Lucifer. Yeah, that'd be good. But I never imagined it would happen here inside his own cabin. Not here on the first-class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. Yeah. I mean, you were a bodyguard. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really disagree with that. Humbly apologize, not really enough. Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Alright, yeah, permission just to help me get out of here. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you moved to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. Whose name is Will Crash in German? Will Crash? Is there a different character? You're not spoiling it for me, are you? Who is Will Crash? Oh, there's all these fun puns in the other language. I guess if you're doing it in another... Oh, another one. From Professor Layton. Okay. Oh, hello, first time chat. Sir Atlantis. Sir Atlantis. I'm so bad at, like, pronouncing all these names, probably. But I'm giving it my best go. I've never played the Professor Layton games. I heard there's a crossover. I always thought, like, these things are really difficult to translate, always, isn't it? With all these puns and these different things. With the jokes. Carmine Accidenti. That sounds good. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? Oh, come on, you. You know what evidence is. Okay. And choose some evidence. So, evidence of a viable reason. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I feel like... Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence. Okay. Oh, wait. I can't do it here? I think the diary should be evidence, shouldn't it? How do I present? Present. Because there was this stuff. Here we go. Present. Present badge at any opportunity. But why the badge? It's Kazuma's diary. Does it give like a fun thing if I present the badge? Is that the thing? Ah, banter in it. In it, yeah, bruv. For bants. Fair enough. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something. It's too late now. I already did that. Just before he died, he wrote something rather strange in his diary. He did indeed. In what way? He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? That is strange. Funny dialogue is worth everything. You are absolutely right. I apologize humbly for my mistake. I should have presented the badge. But we wouldn't. It's not like in the court case where we like lose one of the things and then we die or something like that, right? See, I'm traumatized by having to reload because I screwed it up, and then I don't want this to happen again. I was very embarrassed. I was like, no, I'm losing the game. I'm not supposed to lose the game. I'm Ryunosuke. Oh, not in investigation, so only in the court cases. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. I didn't want to die. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Exactly. I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure to be a good lawyer, just like Ryunosuke, you know? Don't tell me, the ventilator. And also, like all of you are watching me, so it's like it's screwed. I was like, no, I'm a failure. But it's okay. I'll survive. I survive. Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. Aha! I like it when she compliments me. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Ha! All right then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see? I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You willing to do that? That seems a little crazy. Yes. As long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. Ooh. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize this moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move, and we can leave this cabin at last. Move. All right. Let's see what we can find out. Oh, we've already presented. So we can move now. Ooh! We're going out of the room. Yeah, the translation, I just saw this, the translation team, yeah, that must have been really, really difficult. Because there's so many specific references and everything, isn't there? Whoa, I'm finally out of their cabin. Is that like a mousetrap at the corner there? I have to admit, this wasn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is the most luxurious accommodation. The cheese! We found cheese! Yes, indeed. Inspecting everything. Yes. Yes, Niftrix. I shall. Kazuma-san was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why it was being put up in the first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose, like people in handcuffs. Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard, and ever since then I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. Been in the closet the whole bloody time. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. Alright. Well, it's about to be 7 o'clock. Do we want to start examining stuff? Or do we just do it in one go for the next time? I think maybe we leave it here and we'll continue it next time. Because then that's also good. Then I can start afresh with this room. Just examine the cheese. Okay, I'll examine the cheese. How about that? A trap for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back at home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. You know, whenever I think too much about what cheese actually is, I get a little grossed out. Like it's tasty and it's amazing, but I cannot think too deeply about what cheese is. It's like somebody just had like, all right, we've got this old, you know, cow's milk just lying around for 6 months or something. It's solidified, and it's like, yeah, let's just take a bite of that, you know, just, yeah, honey. It's like, the bees throw it up and stuff, but this all tastes good, though. It tastes good, you know, you just don't want to think too much about it, you know. Cheese is just chunks of the moon. Yeah, clearly. That is what it is. I got that all wrong. So sorry. Kitchen, you just need to shut your ears for a few minutes while we discuss this further. Cheese. I wonder what that tastes like. Moon cheese. You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers. Greedy bugger, isn't he? Really? But I suppose you're right. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that... He ate a whole bloody chicken last night, didn't he? Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. Aw, that's very sweet of her. Very kind. Okay. We're going to leave the investigation here. I'm going to save. To make sure. Oh, wait, records, save. Overwrite. We shall overwrite. We've continued case 2. I feel excited that we have made it out of the room. The dance of deduction. Is that another pun? The dance of deduction. Thank you, everyone, for coming and joining. It's I like the... Do you guys prefer, like, the court cases or the investigation? I kind of liked all the crazy characters, I think, and there was, like, all this drama in the court cases. So I'm looking forward to it ramping up again. But that was Peem. What is Peem? I don't... Oh, it's going so quick. Both is fun. It's different, isn't it? I thank you all for joining. Like, I'm still kind of, like, a little... shocked and confused because when did I start this? What is today? Thursday? So which stream is this? Is stream number 4? Did I start on Sunday? I think this is stream number 4, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to name it. Is it still named the wrong thing now? Ah, shit. What is it? Stream information. Oh yeah, it's still named number 3. I forgot I have to name it number 4. Does it change that now? In the VOD, will it change it? The what is video on demand set? Anyway, I've just changed it. So okay, I've changed it to number 4. So then it's not 3 twice in a row. Yeah. A pro streamer. Oh wait, I can make myself big again, right? Transition. Ooh, I'm big again. Totally. I even know how to name the things and everything. I still want to figure out... I wanted to actually connect my Bluetooth headset to the laptop, but it doesn't work when you have the other thing. I still have like some tech stuff to figure out, but one more... Oh, now we can get big balloons, probably. Oh, no, we have confetti. This is new. Oh, my God. Wait, and this will be balloons? And now we have balloons. We have it all. What about this? Does it also do something? Something? I think there's also... Oh, fireworks! Yay! Oh my God. We got a bit of everything. Yeah, I feel like I've done this one on like a very serious Zoom call before, where you just kind of like, you're talking to you, yeah, that's a great idea, and then suddenly it just kind of all explodes. So anyway, it's been great, and I really enjoy it. The thumbs, oh, what happens if we do thumbs down? I don't know if we want that. Oh! Oh my god! I didn't know that! Oh, that is so sad. Rain. Raindrops are falling on my head. Da 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 da. Da, da, da. I don't know the words. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Anyway, gym jams. I should have done the rain for gym jams. I still though like because I like it when it goes on the whole screen and not just on the little screen. Now that I'm big, so maybe if I wanted to appear on the big screen, I'll just make myself big or something like that. I'll figure it all out. Some diff for just one. I don't. Let's see what one thumbs down does. I don't know. Does this one? No. 1, 2. Nah, it's just a. It's just that. Let's maybe we'll find some other ones in the future as well. But anyway, it's been really fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And like I said before, I do want to do a Wukong one as well. I want to fit it in. I want to do both. I want to do Wukong and this one. But I just can't find the time. But I want to find the time, and I shall. So yeah. If I do, then you'll all hear about it. Yes. I know, I do what I want, but I want to do it, you know? But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you so much. It's been really fun, and I look forward to continuing the investigation and see what's next. So I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day and night and everything. And now I can disappear again, right? Woo! Woo! Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye from yonder. Bye, bye, bye.